What's wrong with Warframe? I'll have to do this so people on YouTube can hear it. Give me a sec.
Hey, hi, how you doing? This is Ryan, and welcome back to the Gamertron show.
Hi, Ryan.
Now, in my previous video, I compared and contrasted the video games Warframe and Destiny 2. While the
I did that too.
vast, overwhelming response to that video is positive, amongst the video's detractors, I noticed a very interesting, consistent trend, a talking point repeated over and over again.
What is that?
Presenting themselves in a benign, neutral manner, being perfectly respectable.
Uh-huh.
Lovers got very emotional, hostile, and personal. Anyways, the response, the counterpoint, the criticism of my video.
Here, I'll tell you something that's gonna blow your mind. Peep this out. Warframe players love it when people from other games come to play Warframe. But Warframe players hate it when you go play other games. Which is the most retarded thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Was this. Commenter Elite Nightmare, I believe, summarized it best. The main thing that annoys me is the constant comparisons.
Half true, that's
Two
absolutely
vastly
true.
different games. Why are we even
I've seen it happen many times. Oh, yeah, these stupid comments. I hate these. You wanna know why? Because they're under the same things. Here's another thing. When I did the video between comparing TFD and Warframe, people were like, why are you comparing the two? Like, because First Descendant literally copied, like, why would you, here, if, what other game has a Forma system? Warframe, First Descendant, and DNA. What other thing has, getting characters with abilities and a passive? They're all looter shooters? No, they're not. Not all looter shooters. So here's the thing. If they have similarities, you compare them. And Warframe and Destiny are both space games with space magic that do big kabloomies, and there's guns. So a lot of people will compare them. And plus, if you ever see, what do you call it? If you're in orbit in Destiny, it literally looks like you are going into a mission in Warframe. When you go to a mission in Warframe, you see your little orbiter flying in space, and then it goes into a planet. It's the same animation in Destiny.
comparing the two? This talking point was repeated in multiple different comments. I find this perspective fascinating, and I want to challenge.
I will say one thing. If we were to compare Destiny and Warframe, Destiny has way better gunplay. 1,000,000 times better gunplay. Warframe cannot compare when it comes to gunplay in Destiny. Destiny gunplay is far superior, and that's just the truth. Bungie does one thing right, and they know how to make a gun feel good. Guns in Warframe, they all feel kind of generic. They all have a weird gimmick. It's either you do big damage or you do no damage.
I want to broach this topic with fervor dialogue. You see, as someone who has put thousands of hours in both Warframe and Destiny, as someone who likes and enjoys both games, though one admittedly more than the other, I believe and would argue that comparing both of these games is a rational and understandable discussion to have. Yeah.
See, the thing is, you're too logical. These people that get angry, they don't use their brains properly.
Yes, there are several elements, features, and mechanics that do make both games.
No, Destiny 2 is not a Borderlands-like. You have to understand, Destiny 2 is the only first-person looter shooter MMO. There isn't a first, like, those words together, if you type that, the only thing that comes up is Destiny. Sorry, Deadstiny at this point. It's unique in its own way.
Very different from one another. Warframe has a third-person perspective, Destiny 2 has a first-person perspective, Destiny has a loot system that's more in the vein of Diablo or Borderlands, while Warframe has a loot system that's a bit more unique to it. Warframe features content that is more procedurally generated and
Mhm.
RNG based, while Destiny 2 has more handcrafted and deliberate design in terms of
Yeah.
PvE encounters. So yes, I'd say it's fair to say that Warframe and Destiny 2 are indeed different games in quite a few ways.
Warframe is more of an ARPG than anything.
However, I would also
What makes
argue
Destiny
that
2 guns
there's
better?
no
I would say try it out. You just have to feel it. Because if you ever, like, I'll say one thing: shooting, let's say, a Fatebringer, like you just feel the weight of the gun. You're not even holding the gun, but just the feedback of you pressing the button and then seeing what's happening on the screen feels so good. And if I were to compare any other bow, see, I'm not a bow fan, right? But Destiny 2 bows feel so good, man. I've never enjoyed bow gameplay than I did in Destiny 2. They just feel so snappy, clean. It's not just or no, it's just like there's that feedback. It's just like it's hard to explain until you play it yourself.
way to put this, it's dishonest to say that there are absolutely no points of comparison that can be made between the two games. That they have no similarities.
I mean, you can see the reload animation.
Made between the two games. That they have no similarities whatsoever. We're just ignoring facts and data at this point. There is an undeniable crossover between the Warframe player base and community and the Destiny player base and community. You're just a Google search away from discovering countless accounts of players
The better Destiny? What?
who play both Destiny and Warframe, or have switched between the
Le
two
Monarch?
games,
Exactly. Le
share
Monarch
their
is just so
stories of
good.
Playing one game or both games and switching from one to the other. Hell, just look up Warframe versus Destiny on YouTube, and you will find countless videos discussing this topic going back years and years. I didn't just invent this comparison out of thin air. This has
Both is
for
good. Yeah.
some time. Honestly, ask yourselves, if you truly believe that this
Yaptics?
comparison isn't valid at all, well, why do so many keep making it again and again over the years? Why is it a comparison that sticks if there's no validity to it? Look, I'm not trying to antagonize you, but I honestly believe that you're being dishonest with yourself. Warframe is a sci-fi looter shooter MMO. Destiny 2 is a sci-fi looter shooter MMO.
One thing you're wrong. Warframe is not an MMO. Nowhere near close to an MMO. Destiny has way more MMO features than Warframe. Please, don't disrespect the MMO genre. All right? Warframe is nowhere near an MMO. It's more like an ARPG. Like think about it. Pablo even showcased this on Twitter when he said, let's put an isometric view on Warframe. It literally looked like a PoE, sci-fi PoE. Sure, there's guns in Warframe, but there's also melee in Warframe. There's also abilities, bunch of kabloomies. You just move in a tile set, kill things, go to another thing. It's not really an MMO where you get together a massive squad, go to a certain location, do mechanics, farm these things, get to a big boss, boom, 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 raids, blah, blah, blah. Warframe did have raids. It was, interesting back then. And then we got Eidolons. Nobody does those anymore. Warframe has moved far away from the whole group activity thing because every Warframe can just do things solo. The whole MMO, the multiplayer, massively multiplayer aspect of the game, it's not there. It's gone. Warframe is nowhere near an MMO.
Both possess playable characters that utilize a variety of flashy special abilities. Both of them feature...
Not really. Destiny has 3 classes that you can change between. Warframes have individual characters. Classes and characters are 2 different things. Because within classes, you have a specific role and identity. Because the Warlock, it utilizes the Holy Trinity system. The Titan is the tank. The Warlock is the support. And the Hunter is, of course, the best class in the game. Just like that, right?
in-depth customization and build
You understand?
crafting.
Hopefully that makes
Both of them
sense.
feature extensive progression systems, and both of them feature in-game monetization models with the express goal of funding the studios behind these games so that they can continue to develop more content for these games and maintain live online services. I'm sorry, but with all of this and more, it is totally fair to compare Warframe and Destiny 2. Now,
To a
let's
point,
not
yes.
bullshit each other, okay? Can we please be honest with one another? You're upset that these two games get compared to one another because usually, in that comparison, one game ends up looking more pro-consumer.
True. Because here's another thing that people they refuse to admit. Because whenever you criticize something, again, I do that a lot. Those people come and say, "Hey, you can't say that because only I can say that." Everybody has a right. Everything has a right to be criticized. Doesn't matter whether it's a game, whatever you do. You know, it needs to be there. People have opinions, have a POV in life.
Than the other. One
They
looks
see
like
things
may have
differently.
more objectively positive qualities than the other. Look, if you like Destiny, if you enjoy Destiny, I am not trying to nullify your passion for the game. I have passion for Destiny. Like I said multiple times in my previous video.
My guy, please disable the particles. Disable particles, disable bloom. Oh. I can't see what's happening in the video.
I like Destiny despite all its faults. That game has an important place in my heart and in my gaming history.
And motion blur. I see motion blur. That's motion blur. Look at that. Yeah, you gotta disable these settings. Nah, dude.
I met dear friends whom I now consider family through that game. I want Destiny to thrive. I want Destiny to be in a better place than it is right now. I want people to love the game and understand the game and enjoy the game. But with how the game is being managed and operated right now, with the decisions being made over developer Bungie, Destiny 2 remains in the disappointing state it finds itself in currently. And
speaking of that, let's have a look at what's happening with Destiny 2. Okay, a marathon is its own thing, right? Perfect. Destiny 2. It was 5K earlier, so it went up by 3,000 players. This is sad, bro. Not gonna lie. Looking at this is really, really sad. These numbers just don't look good, man. That's all I'm saying.
And some players, some gamers out there want a new home. They want a new comfort game that they can return to on the regular. And for many, Destiny 2 can't provide that anymore. It doesn't live up to their expectations. And so many, myself included, bring up Warframe and make comparisons to Warframe because this game may or may not have what Destiny 2 players are looking for. That this game may or may not address many of their concerns.
I will say one thing. The reason why some people just feel overwhelmed and they feel like they can't start Destiny or even come back to Destiny after they left for a while without having friends is that Destiny works on this season system, right? Where when you enter the game, it doesn't matter whether you're a new player or whatever, it just puts you in a random spot. You have no idea how you got there or why you were doing this. It just starts you off in the new season story. You're literally just thrown into it. You're like, why? What's happening? As a new player, that is horrible. And not only that, when you start the game as Destiny, you're flooded with all these microtransactions. Hey, buy this skin. This Eververse is new. Hey, check this out. You don't have this DLC? What are you doing? Play the game. Look at that. So you have to close, click. That's already deterring players away. Like, what the fuck? Stop. Let me play the game. Destiny 2 player onboarding is horrible when you start it. It's just so badly designed that it puts people off. And the worst part is they give you the illusion of you having the option to do certain activities, but once you want to start those activities, you say, no, you can't. You don't have the DLC. Why didn't you tell me that? The quest pointed me here. Well, too bad. You can't finish this quest until you spend $15. So you're thinking, okay, let me spend this $15. You buy the $15, like, hey, you can't progress because you don't have access to this dungeon. How much is a dungeon? So another $15. Is there now you're like, okay, is there a way I can buy whatever I need, like, to get everything in one pack? Yes, you can. All right, so you go there and you check, and you just wasted $15 where you could have spent $20 and gotten the whole collection. So you're like, fuck. And this is why people complain Destiny is expensive and all that, because again, they don't read, right? It's just boom. You have to buy a specific pack or buy whatever you're missing. Because it's a lot cheaper to buy the whole pack than buy what you're missing. And that's how they get you, right? They get the dumb people who don't really read. Again, hey, it's easy. So you end up wasting way more money than you're supposed to. That's Destiny's fault. Bungie's fault. However, if we look past all of the retardation, fundamentally, Destiny is a good game. What is hurting Destiny and making Destiny feel like a shit game? Simple. Bungie. Bungie made the game. Bungie's also killing the game. With Warframe, you can leave, you come back, you're just left there. You log into your orbiter, and you're free to do whatever you want, which is good and a bad thing as well, right? Sure, when you start a new update, it gives you like a little revision, like to catch you up. Oh yeah, this update is here, blah blah blah. You can go do this stuff, but you're like, okay, let me start this update. It's like, oh, you can't do it. You need to do the other quest. Sure, that's fine. But at the same time, I think this will be also really nice. There should be a recap button, and then recap should have like a spoiler warning every time. He's like, okay, I did this. I remember this thing. Okay, go next. Blah blah blah, blah blah, and then it will get you to the point where you have to do the next quest. I think that should be that should be in the game, right? To catch people up, and there should be like a returning player checklist at least. So when someone comes back after the thing, boom, hey, you need to do the quests, you need to do this thing so you can unlock this area to do this area, because these are the new areas that you need to access to get the new stuff. So do your quests. Okay, cool. Boom, boom, boom. You go through them one by one. I feel like that should be a given, right? A checklist for returning players. People are already complaining about Marathon's Battle Pass rewards. So a Bungie thing. Yeah, it's a Bungie thing. I don't know what they're doing. Or I don't know if it's Sony's influence. Who knows, right? We don't know what's happening behind the scenes. Because as consumers, we don't fucking care. We only look what's happening at face value. Right? Consumers and players, we don't want to think. We just want the video game. You give video game, we play video game. That's all we want to do. We don't care what's happening back there. Just give us shit. If it's bad, we get angry. And when video game players are angry, this is what happens to your game. Simple.
Video games are art, but they're also products. And we make comparisons between products because we're trying to look for the best product that suits our needs and wants.
True.
So just being hostile and dismissive to any and all comparisons is not helpful to anyone. That's not saying there aren't comparisons out
No, I can't stand the particle effects.
there that aren't unfair, irrational, unreasonable. For example, comparing linear games to
Is it me or is he lagging?
irrational, unreasonable. For example, comparing
Oh, it's his video that's lagging.
world games, or comparing single-player games to multiplayer games. These comparisons are deeply flawed and don't really benefit anyone, as we are comparing two completely different video game genres that have completely different design goals and philosophies. They are catering to different demographics with different desires.
True.
However, when it comes to Warframe and Destiny, I would argue they're catering to the same demographics with the same desires.
About that, yes and no. See, the thing is, people who play Destiny, you have the PvPers and you have the hardcore PvEers. I'm one of those hardcore PvEers, right? I hate Destiny 2 PvP, right? It's stupid. Very unbalanced, bunch of cheaters. But at the same time, I love raids and everything. Here's the thing. I've seen people who came from Destiny to play Warframe. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard this before, right? They come to Destiny and Warframe only to realize, oh, this is all Warframe has to offer. There's no raids. There's no dungeons. It's just get strong weapon, get strong Warframe, put roar or nourish, get your turret incarnate, and nuke. Like I've seen Destiny 2 players rush, they got turret incarnate, they got their helmet going, and then they're like, oh, that's it? That's it. Which is, and don't say, oh, because they were misled by their player. No. Again, you can say the same thing about Destiny, right? You can say, okay, we got you into raids. We take the new guy, take him to Garden of Salvation to get the I already forgot the what is that? Divinity. Yeah, Div. Thank you so much. Get him the Divinity. Say, hey, put on this subclass. All right. So now we're gonna take you to a raid. You do the raid. He's the Div bitch. That's it. And then he's like, wait, we did all this. Just yes. You right now, you're our bitch. Until you get better gear and everything, you're gonna be the Div bitch. Which is absolutely true. The same thing happens in Warframe, also happens in Destiny.
Now, yes, Warframe and Destiny's implementations of both PvP and endgame activities are very different from one another. Hell, I'd go as far to say Warframe could learn a thing or two and take some notes from how Destiny 2 handles its PvP multiplayer and its endgame activities with its dungeons and raids and whatnot. I would love to see an updated, more fleshed out PvP in Warframe alongside...
Okay. Yeah, we don't need to see updated. That's the one thing I have to hard disagree. All right. Warframe just deletes PvP entirely. You're just like, wait, Warframe has PvP? No, it doesn't. Shut up. It doesn't. Moving on.
Hardcore 6-player PvE activity.
Nah.
I think that would be pretty sick. That would be pretty cool. However, as I stated before several times in my previous video and gave multiple examples, there are a great many things that Destiny 2 could learn from and take notes from Warframe.
Yes.
Do you honestly believe that Destiny 2 wouldn't be a better game if it adopted how Warframe handles its new player experience? Do you honestly believe?
Yes, I would say Destiny could learn a thing too from Warframe, especially with its player onboarding. But the thing is, both games don't have really good player onboarding. Warframe has better player onboarding than Destiny, but still not the greatest. You know what I would say? The thing is, right now, Warframe is in its cruising state. What do I mean by that? Is that there is no competition for Warframe. Warframe has zero competition. There's nothing out there that can compete with Warframe and make Warframe wake up. Because if you're cruising, you're just doing and releasing updates to keep the game afloat. There's no interesting idea innovation, nothing that's actually gonna get you off your seats. Like, oh crap, we need to do this now because this other game is doing it way better than we are. This is why competition is super important for every video game. Doesn't matter what genre it is, competition is importante, muy importante. Because have a look at Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. That's like the best example I can give. Look what happened recently with Overwatch. Overwatch is popping off right now, right? They got the new fucking system, the new heroes, right? People are having fun playing the cat, and fuck everyone who's playing that cat. Delete that cat from the game. All right, but you get what I'm saying, right? Competition is good, and Warframe doesn't have it. We had Korean Warframe that flopped. We had anime Warframe that doesn't exist anymore. He's like, oh, but people play it. Sure, 2 people doesn't count. But you get what I'm saying. There needs to be competition for Warframe. Destiny is not a direct Warframe competitor. Sure, you can compare them, but they're not the same thing.
If that
Remember Anthem? Exactly, like
be a better
Anthem.
video game if it adopted how Warframe handles and implements its community features? Do you honestly believe that Destiny 2 wouldn't be a better video game if it adopted how Warframe handles its monetization and in-game business practices? Do you not remember?
Who uses white mode? What? This guy's a psychopath. Oh. Warn us before you do that. Holy shit. Oh, man. Let's read what this says. Designed because developers were hesitant to adopt industry standard literature. Anthem kill. Oh, Anthem.
The video game Anthem and how it refused to learn from the mistakes that Destiny made, how BioWare management discouraged developers from making comparisons to Destiny, how they wanted to do their own thing, how they were nothing like Destiny, there was nothing to learn from it. And look how that turned out. Comparison can be a good thing. You are not creating a video game in a vacuum. Your video game is not the sole game to ever exist. This is a market.
True.
You are in an industry. You have competitors. Yes.
Yeah, this guy's lagging.
You are in an industry. You have competitors.
Yeah, his video's lagging.
Video games are an art form, but they are also products. And to not look at what your competition is doing, to not learn from mistakes made in the past by games and their developers.
True! This guy's truing right now. Spitting facts.
Self-sabotage at that point. Developers can learn from one another. They can help each other improve. And in doing...
Okay, my guy, you're too logical. Stop that, right? Being logical in this day and age, you're crazy.
so, we get better games to play. Why would you be opposed to that?
Thank you.
Fortunately, I think some folks have not grown up past petty tribalism. There can be no coexistence, there can be no compromise. It's my way or the highway. You're on my team or you're the enemy. I'm sorry, but I refuse to play by these arbitrary and obtuse rules. Video games can be compared to one another, and it is reasonable to ask developers, hey, why don't you include features and mechanics that are found in these other games so that they can help make your game better?
Exactly.
Do you all remember when Apex Legends first launched? And they
No.
launched with such an intuitive ping system that allowed players to so seamlessly, instantly communicate important information to one another that just about almost every online PvP and PvE co-op game afterwards features a ping system set by that standard?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Developers did with their game and said, oh, that's a good idea. We should do that too. We should put that in our game so it will make our game better.
Yeah.
We should want to learn from one another.
And now Overwatch ping system is pretty good.
Create together. I don't compare Warframe to Destiny 2 because I want Destiny 2 to fail, to struggle, to lose. I make the comparisons so that hopefully this conversation, these talking points eventually reach the developers and, God willing, upper management so that...
The reason being, right, that Warframe doesn't want to change. Again, as I said, there's no competition. And Destiny is not even seen as a competitor because of the way it's handling things and the way it's flopping. So if someone is beneath you, you don't look to them. You're always looking up. If there's nothing up there and you're the one at the top, you become complacent. You're just like, yeah, well, let's. What idea you got? Let's see what you got here. I guess we'll put this in the game. I don't know. And that's where we get things like Foley and weird shit, right? It's just, there's nothing out there to compete with Warframe.
Take these points of comparison, they can take these ideas and help
make
their game better and giving the customers a better product to enjoy.
Yeah, there was this one meeting that was held about developers. I think it was a Sony one. I don't know, whatever. And the one guy that was there and listening to everything that was happening, they were mostly talking about like the market share, blah blah, all this, and how they can make money with games. Blah blah. They never asked the real questions. What do gamers feel about their game? What do gamers want? If you're not making a game for gamers, your game will fail. Stop thinking about money. Think about making a good game so then you can bring in players naturally.
Joy. Look.
And that way you make money.
Everything in moderation. Context is important. Not every comparison is fair and valid. But some are. So in the end, all I can ask of all of you is just take that into consideration. And with that, that's been a video. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video in any way, shape, or form. If you want to leave a comment in the comment section down below and share your thoughts, feelings, and opinions, please do so. If you like the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button. If you want to help out and support this video, then please share it on social media. Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, and maybe even a few...
The usual YouTube. But yeah, it's a valid video, valid point, right? People just don't understand that competition is a thing. And why certain people compare certain games is because, hey, they see the similarities. but nobody wants to admit that. The longer you ignore something and pretend it's not there, it's going to be looming over you because more and more people are going to be talking about it as it gets more popular. See, if a game like TFD, those who don't know, First Descendant, I have to use people thought I was talking about TFT. Like, if this game moved away from its gooner bait, shitty, unbalanced dog shit, and focused on something that will actually engage players and not just come in there, mindless farm, get new item, go to Sigma sector, level up the shit, go out, level, go out. I mean, Warframe does the same thing with stupid grind, but TFD's grind is way worse, and there's no, like, worth. And I will say this one thing. TFD has so many good systems. Yes, I'm criticizing it, but I'm also acknowledging the good things it has. TFD has some good systems that would benefit Warframe greatly. The codex system in TFD is far superior than Warframe's codex. Warframe's codex is dog shit. I'll say it now and I'll say it a billion times. Warframe's codex, bullshit. TFD's codex is way better. Everything in TFD is categorized better, and you can track every single thing. Because have a look, when you want to craft a Warframe, like, look at this. It shows you all the parts that you will need for the Warframe, where they will drop from, what specific thing, the drop rates, all this. Like, it has everything in detail that you don't need to go to an external source to look up the information, because it's all in the game. This is another game design. If you have to leave the game to look for something, you fucked up. Sure, Warframe Wiki is detailed and all that, but why do I have to leave the game to get that information? Clicking on something should give you the information, like, especially if I open the codex, click on something, boom. And another thing TFD has that will benefit Warframe is character progression. So let's say Kullervo, this is regular Kullervo, and now Kullervo Prime is released. What happens then? You have to farm Kullervo Prime, which is fair, but now you have to re-level him, put all the forma again, transfer all the Archon shards, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my god, it just takes too much time. TFD has this system, I forgot the name again, I always forget the damn name. It's like an item, it's like a super forma. You go to a machine, you take your your regular frame, you take the prime frame, and you extract all the juice you put into the regular frame, and you put it onto the prime frame. So you don't have to do all that forma, leveling, Archon shard swapping, skill tree swapping. Just click button, transfer, and go level up the Warframe. That would be insane. And you know what? DE can sell that. They can monetize that. He's like, oh, that'll be bad. No. Imagine they did that. A lot of people would want that. It saves people a lot of time. But the thing is, they don't do this all the time. TF doesn't do this all the time. They have an event, a special event. So people save it. They're like, oh, I have to save this for the real prime frame that I want to transfer everything to. But again, there's so many, like, interesting systems in TFD that would benefit Warframe. Speaking of, here's another thing. Archon shard loadouts. This is another thing I've always been very vocal about. Have a look at here's one thing, like Titania, right? Have a look at the Titania setup. These two benefit one specific build. For this for the Zanta build, I would want other shards, but I can't do that because I'll have to remove them, you know, or even use a different Titania entirely. And I don't want to do that. I wish we had separate loadouts for specific builds where we can utilize the shards for each unique build. That would be so much better. And for those saying, oh, but we don't have all the it doesn't matter. It's for the people who have the shards. You shut the fuck up. All right, we have the shards. We need the loadouts.